Whew.
Don't look away. You're witnessing the baddest man alive. And the crazy thing is, he's the one squirming on the bottom.
Thank the Lord had that fight because I needed that fight to open my eyes.
I think these ups
He
and
break
downs
his
is what
arm?
it's meant to be. This is how you become the greatest of all time.
He's the baddest motherfucker. I think he's the best 145er ever.
He's one of the all-time greats. He's one of the best ever.
I want to be, remember, I want the greatest. I want to be a legend, and I want gold belts around my waist one day.
Jerome Max Holloway's journey to unquestionable greatness is one of the wildest roller coasters in UFC history.
Max Holloway moving up on 6 days' notice to face Khabib.
He's going.
fight in the world.
Who's gonna face
I want a
Khabib?
piece of it. I want a piece of it. You test yourself. That's what real fighters do.
You fought Conor when you were like, were you 20 or 21?
Hey, who y'all got? Max or Khabib?
I think I was 21.
In the middle of the octagon, point at the ground with 10 seconds left.
Let's go right here. Let's stand and bang it out.
He's looking away. I'm the best boxer. And he moves his head and he hits it.
I say it's the greatest knockout of all time.
If I was born at a different time, I'd probably be a gladiator. And last time I checked, gladiators don't walk around a scale and tell you how many kilograms you weigh.
But to truly appreciate this roller coaster, we'll have to start at the beginning.
Did you start with MMA?
Hey,
No, I
man,
started-
like, comment, subscribe, man. Y'all told me to rate the match. We here. Let me know in the comments who to discover next. But hey, and shout out to man. I think he just got married too. So congratulations to him. I think he just got married. I think I said
In 10th grade, one of my good friends, he was training and he was fighting. He invited me to come train, and he beat me up that night in training. My friend was fighting on Saturday. The coach told us, Max, someone dropped out. You want to fight? On Saturday? I was like, bet.
Only been training for like a week at this point.
Yeah, 3 days with him.
That's insane.
So he, hold on, I don't.
My grandparents for my grandma for $35 to go watch the fight. That's how much it cost.
Asking your grandparents for $35, they're gonna look at me crazy like, bro, what are you doing? Are you doing drugs?
I get to fight and I get for free. I get it for free? Like, yeah, this is bet. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get it for free. I don't have to ask them for $35.
So he just started fighting, bro. Like just started fighting.
People was doubting, you know, my cousin them. They was telling me I couldn't do this, do that. I'm not ready. I fight for
Look at
one.
little
I'm
Max.
trying to show people that you're not bad kid. Like fighting in the ring is more better than on the streets.
That kind of focus is what led Max to a victory in his first fight after only 3 days of training.
My first fight, I got kicked in the face like 3 times. So how big my nose looking? This thing is like 3 times bigger. It looked like yours, Arrow. It was terrible.
Wow.
It was terrible.
Wow.
And I remember looking in the mirror, being like, "Oh my gosh, my nose is huge." But I remember thinking like, this was fun. Like, I need to do this again. K1 was big at the time when I was 10th grade, and I wanted to be a K1 kickboxer.
That's hard.
BJ Penn was fighting George St. Pierre.
Then I saw how much he made after one of his fights. It's like 30K. I was like, this is done. I was telling everybody when I was graduating, I was like, I'm gonna be a UFC champion.
My name is Max Holloway. And I'm fighting out of Makaha, Hawaii.
But now we're here, 30. Find out 640, 60K is nothing. What is going on? We should have went to boxing or something.
Bro, I had like 4 fights a week. Not that much people know. I had like freaking like 80 to 100 fights before even like turning professional.
Max completely dominated the amateur scene in Hawaii, becoming a truly remarkable martial artist in the process.
And I fought a guy, bro, no joke. His record is like 50-10 or something, right? You know what I mean? And I was like, how the hell he fought so much?
My fighting style is unorthodox. I got Muay Thai, I got American kickboxing, I got hands and with boxing, I got jiu-jitsu, judo, wrestling. I got mostly everything, but I'm not at my peak yet right now. I just continue to learning, being like a sponge and just taking everything in.
Where most parents would be concerned, Max's mother is supportive.
To me, it's good, but just make sure you have respect for your team and for your opponents.
Throughout my whole career, pretty much, I was always the underdog in every fight. I don't know, I guess so I had a lot of haters because nobody would really stand behind me.
He doing them things,
when people
boy.
would post up the fights of who I'm fighting, they'd be saying I getting thrown to the dogs. I have an uphill battle, crazy stuff, but all the negative energy, it really doesn't bother me. It's just adding more fuel to my fire, so I just take that negative and turn it into positive real quick.
As you can see, Max had an extraordinary attitude towards
I didn't
fighting.
know that.
And it's likely because fighting in a cage could never cause more pain than being home.
I grew up not having a dad, so I know how that is.
My mom and my dad, I knew the heavy drug users, and then my dad would always beat up my mom.
That was hard for me, you know? Like, there's nights where my mom would just...
Hoe ass nigga. You need to be slapped as well.
Here. And like, my dad was my dad. Like I said, he's in and out. I didn't really know him. I would notice like my mom would be gone for days, like a week gone, 2 days, come back. And I always think during those days, like, is she alive?
So when did you find out that she was using drugs?
I remember coming home one time and mom was home and pulled this thing off the shelf and freaking crack pipe hits the ground. And I'm like thinking, I see it, like, holy shit, like what the hell? Like,
Her drugs was like her medicine, like would calm her stress, but that's why she noticed that she put our lives in front of hers and gave us to our grandma.
Damn, man. Shout out, bro. Damn, he noticed that as a youngin' too. That's crazy, bro. Damn.
Yeah, I love my mom. Even when she was going through her stuff, she made sure that we was all right.
The last time I saw my dad was when I was like 10, 11 years old, and then I never see him after that. I still pray for him, but like, he has no use in my life anymore.
I wanted to show my son what it had to be to have a father and a mother, because I really didn't have both of them. At the end of the day, it's just, it's just things I feel like I had to go through, I had to endure, so I can get my story out later on.
Max will always be the underdog in his own story. Not only did he have a broken family,
shout out to Max, man,
from a broken town.
When people come down to visit, they tell him,
damn, that's crazy.
That's the part of town I live in. Little town, man, that people is not supposed to be successful from. Drugs and partying and alcohol. They kind of X us out as this, a bad community, like only bad people here.
Us guys from Waianae, we're not supposed to be nothing. People frown upon us, but I'm here doing my thing, and it's just more fuel to my fire being from Waianae.
I don't want to be another person in a stat book somewhere towards bad stuff, Like, if I'm making stats, I want to make them in the most positive way they could possibly be, I mean? Punching someone in the face is not too positive, but it's the legal way. I just wanted to be great in something. I don't know what it was, but in my mind, I just wanted to be. Whatever I think I did, I wanted to be the greatest at it. Some of the things I went through in the course of my life, it just made me a better fighter because my mental game, I guess, it made me headstrong.
Despite all the obstacles in his way, Max won his first pro fight via decision, and a highly motivated Holloway returned to the cage less than 2 months later.
Now, your handle is Little Evil. Where did you get that moniker?
Not that much people know, but my nickname before was Little Evil because of Jens Pulver.
Little
I saw
Evil.
him fight one time, and then I asked my trainer, oh, I like him. And he's like, oh, you like him? He gave me the nickname Little Evil.
Tonight, you got your hands full with Mr. Kamaka. What do you expect?
He caught me at some good stuff. I caught him at good stuff. You see my eye. But it's pretty much what I was hoping for in stand-up war. I think I caught him on an overhand.
Stand-up war.
And then I saw him buck a little bit, and then I just heard my corner say, he's done. So I went in for the kill.
He slid.
Got the TK.
What's wrong with that ref? That ref is tripping. That ref don't care about people's life.
Heard my corner say, he's done. So I went in for the kill, and sure enough, got the TKO.
First round, Max Holloway.
Max earned his first professional finish in dominant fashion, but he was still only 2 fights deep, and they were already giving him a lightweight title shot to a guy with 42 pro fights.
So like Anderson Silva, he went into UFC, fought one fight, and got straight to that world title.
Straight to that title.
UFC, so felt like him. I was like, if
I felt like him.
Why not me?
You have to admire the almost delusional self-belief of a soon-to-be superstar.
Harris, they was all saying that, oh, this kid is not ready for Harris. He only has 2 pro fights. Harris had over 48 fights or something. Just talking crap about me, but like I said, just took all that negative energy.
Get straight to it then.
Positive. I don't know. I don't really think he got any advantage. Maybe he been in there more than me, but I think I wouldn't be in this fight if me and my corner.
Max did that body a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't think we was ready.
I was preparing for a war. If you like be the best, you gotta beat the best, and it's just what you gotta do, baby.
The 155 world title belt away from Harris Sarmiento, and there is a new champion here at X1, and his name is Little Evil Max Holloway.
Little Evil.
19 years old.
19.
X1 world champion.
I'm the X1 World Events lightweight champion of the world. X1 is like the biggest show in Hawaii right now, and I hold their world title.
Look at him. He can
and I
barely
hold their
contain his
world
excitement.
title.
But seriously, Max Holloway was a 19-year-old MMA champion. But instead of defending the belt, he decided to test himself in another regional organization.
Max, who are you going to be fighting
I'll be fighting Eddie Recon.
What can the fight fans expect to see come fight night?
Knowing what I've been hearing about Eddie is they should just expect a war, a fight on a night probably.
Yeah, everybody was telling me that he was gonna come with his boxing, so yeah, I was expecting to have stand-up war.
Word came back to me that during your training camp, you were sick.
I had strep throat now for like 2 weeks. I think this was the worst physically I ever felt in the ring.
He said, I'm prepared for a wall.
Many men have crumbled for less than strep throat, but Max Holloway proved that he was indeed a different breed of fighter, and he wouldn't be denied his 4th professional victory. This win streak would certainly attract the UFC's attention, but he didn't expect it to be when his wife was in labor.
I was at the hospital, and my son was, I was waiting on the arrival of my son.
It was January 4th, 2012. At like 10:03 a.m., I got an email from my management.
It's a UFC contract to fight Poirier for February 4th. And then 3:03, my son was there. So January 4th was one of the best days of my life.
And we're here with
Damn!
Who's gearing up for his UFC
That's
debut.
insane.
I got in UFC when I was 20.
20 years old.
And a lot of people think I'm DC's old ass. Like 42 years old or something, you know what I mean?
You're the youngest fighter in the UFC. Did that ever enter in your mind? Talk a little bit about your opponent that you're going to be facing now. He's I believe ranked number 5 in the world. He's 3-0.
He fought Dustin off the jump.
Poirier, what's going on, man? Not too much, man. Just getting ready to take off.
They said, oh, you can either fight a stand-up guy or a jiu-jitsu guy.
Give me stand-up.
Do you know who you're talking to? I don't want to fight a jiu-jitsu guy. I'll fight the stand-up guy, not knowing Dustin Poirier was a badass jiu-jitsu guy too.
Unpredictable striker.
That's crazy.
Lots of crazy, explosive, spinning back elbows, and just stuff you guys get caught with. They don't see coming.
To be the best, you gotta beat the best, and that's what I plan to do come February 4th.
He's a fast-paced fighter, good cardio. Likes to walk forward and throw a lot of punches. But so do I. So
Coaches was telling me, we're gonna get out there.
20 and 23.
So stay calm. I was like, yes, yeah, I got this. Don't worry.
And he was like, these lights is gonna be bright, Max. I tell you, this is nothing you never ever felt. So I was like, yeah.
When we got out there, I went 200 miles per hour. They started worrying. I'm pretty sure. Bruce was introducing me, saying my name, like my knees was weak. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, bro, you can't be fainting, Max. You're on TV, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, what the hell?
He told me that he felt kind of pressured, and he said that I land some good strikes on him, and he told me like, oh yeah, man, I had to take you down.
Connected hands, butt suck on my back. And he like triangle armbarred me from the top. Which is crazy, like he triangle armbarred me from the top.
He's tough. I didn't think he was gonna tap. I felt his arm I didn't feel it pop, but I felt it kind of give and started hyperextending.
The Diamond Warrior.
It was ridiculous. I think that's the only time that happened in the UFC history. Another history book for me, I guess. Another record.
That was the real Max Holloway. I'm not gonna take nothing away from Poirier's win. I went out there. It was his night. He's a better man that night.
I remember losing and sitting back there after Dustin Poirier fight, and I told myself, what the hell are you doing?
Why are you acting like this? Why are you acting so starstruck around these guys? Like, you're a UFC fighter. You belong here. Act like it.
So ever since after that, like I just act like I belong. This is a job. This is what we do. I am here. These are my peers. I need to act like it.
I don't like losing. I'm mad that I lost, but
he got him with I never seen that before.
I learned more.
I never seen nobody get hit with that move before. Like I never seen nobody. Like Dustin was creative.
Then I think if I won the fight,
because I needed that fight to open my eyes. Because if I didn't, and then that moment came against Aldo, the fight would have went a whole different way.
I don't know how many of us at 20 years old would be able to have such a positive outlook after a humiliating failure in the biggest moment of our lives. But Max Holloway is not like you and me, and his next few fights prove just that.
Y&I boy Max Holloway is getting ready for his second UFC fight this Saturday.
Now I'll get to be on the main card. Against Pat Schilling, a guy not to sleep on. Should be a good fight. Gonna be fireworks this Friday. He's 5-1 for a reason. He's in the UFC for a reason, Can't sleep on nobody in the UFC. Being from Y&I felt like I was owed something in this world. And when I actually went to the real world and realized that, like, oh shit, I ain't own anything. This fight, my emotions is like kind of together. My last fight, my emotions all over the place.
Going against a former collegiate wrestler like Pat, your takedown defense was phenomenal.
Nobody owes you nothing in this life. You gotta go work for it.
Max Blessed Holloway.
Max Blessed.
Hopefully August, September, get back in there right away.
He's fascinating to me. Max, because he's just this guy that, like, I knew he was really good, and then he kept getting better and kept getting better. I'm like, where's the ceiling on this guy?
Justin Lawrence is a great kickboxer, very, very tough on his feet. Yeah, you were able to neutralize him. You hit him with that big body shot.
Justin Lawrence, you know, a guy with a lot of height. My game plan going to every fight, I could fight Jose Aldo. I'm going in there to strike with the guy. I don't care who you are or what you did. I know my strong point is striking, so that's what I'm gonna do. I saw him go against the cage and put his head down like this, and I was like, man, this guy don't want to fight more. I need to close in quick. Finally got finished. I really don't have that much finishes on my record. I want to finish fights.
Those 2 wins were a great way to build back up from his debut loss and gave Max the confidence to take a short notice fight against a seasoned veteran. But it didn't necessarily go as planned.
When I fought Leonard Garcia, I remember looking at him across the cage like, holy fighting Leonard Garcia. Yeah. Like, what am I doing? He takes punches, he gives punches. We're a potential fighter tonight. Just gonna stand in front of him and let's trade blows.
But there was a controversial split decision between you and Leonard.
Second round, I thought I outstruck him, and I took him down. Third round, I was able to take him down. When he went for a submission, I picked him up and slammed him at the end of the fight. I thought that had put a staple on it. I feel like the first 2 rounds went my way, and then the third round, I think he probably won because he took me down and held me down, actually. He took me down in that second round, but I got right back up. It's not like he had me there for like a full minute or a minute half.
Max Blessed Holloway!
I can see it either way.
Las Vegas, for the most part, it seemed they did not think you won. The stats seem to indicate that it was a bit of a controversial decision. Do you think you won?
I think the decision was right.
It was a somewhat tricky fight to score. Max was more technical on the feet and landed more significant strikes, whereas Leonard was brawling and earned 2 takedowns, but they didn't really lead to much.
Yeah, like the fuck letting a takedown mean, bro?
The striker guy always gives it to the wrestler. The wrestler takes him down the last minute and win the round. I don't believe in that.
However, per the standard at the time, most people thought that Max Holloway lost the fight. But somehow, the universe finds a way to correct itself.
He's taking on Dennis Bermudez this Saturday night at UFC 160.
Dennis Bermudez.
Because Dennis is wrestling. A lot of pressure is not really on me. It's pretty much on Dennis for this fight.
I want to use my wrestling to keep him guessing in his stand-up. You know, I want him confident throwing.
I sacrifice so much. That's the time I get nervous, because I'm like, what if I let people down? In my mind is like, what if I let this guy down? Like, I missed my son's birthday. I missed my wife's birthday.
I felt the striking was back and forth. He had the upper hand, you know, 1 or 2 times. He tried to take me down once. It got stuffed. And then I got ground and pound on him. So I just feel like I dominated more elements of the fight than he did.
I got to go out there and give it my all. And then if I do end up on the bad side, at least I can look myself and look at my loved one and tell them, look, I gave it my all. Yeah. It was just that guy was just better than me on that night.
Damn.
Max found himself on the wrong end of a split decision in what I would consider a robbery, plain and simple. He won the first 2 rounds by outclassing Bermudez on the feet, but it didn't matter. Max needed to stay positive.
I actually remember talking to you when I fought Bermudez. I saw you at the elevators, and he was like, oh, keep your head up, kid. So I thought you did enough, and I was like, yeah, it is what it is. He's like, yeah, you be back there for sure.
I personally love that exchange happened, and as we know, Max
Joe Rogan no ball, man. Of course, man.
Not before we learned about the origins
Joe Rogan know what it
of
is.
his fantastic striking.
I never had a striking coach for my first 7 fights in the UFC.
So what did you do for striking?
You really want to know what I did?
Yeah.
You know, the UFC game, I would use Renan Barao and Jose Aldo, and I would do stuff with them. I'd be like, oh yeah, this works in the game. Bro, there was like some moves I was pushing together. I was like, holy shit, this move is actually working.
What the fuck was that?
Yo, this man Max Holloway is a genius. Nah, I ain't thinking about it like that. Well, 2K? Well, hold on. Max Holloway probably owned this.
And it would go, and we just do it.
What?
Yeah. But hit him.
That's insane.
Watch the video game.
I would play the video game and be like, oh, look at this. I would try combination. I'd be like, oh, yeah, this kind of works, so let's try it.
Let's try it.
Why not?
That's honestly pretty fucking cool, but it's also important that you know that because of who Max's next fight was.
If you come up against me, you better be prepared to give your life, because I am prepared to take it.
You prepared to take it. You were like, what, 20 or 21?
I think I was,
if y'all don't know already, Conor's probably my favorite fight of all time.
Is this the people's main event, you versus Max Holloway?
The opponent does not come into the equation. This is my show, yeah. This is the Irish
come on, yeah.
I really wanted to finish. I can't stress that enough, you know. I'm here to finish.
Back at home with your wife. Red Penny night, yeah. Back at home with your wife. When you trying to fight me, yeah?
There's one guy that shot in this fight, and it wasn't a Hawaiian. He took me down, I was on, and then I had him in half guard. And right when he had passed, I like hit, and like, that's how he hurt his knee in the fight.
It was a big pop.
When I was just passing into side control, he bridged and rolled and he had my foot and I just heard a pop.
He goes, ah! And I asked him in there, like, you okay? He's like, yeah, keep fighting, mate. Keep fighting.
No, he didn't. My knee popped, but it, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Nah, that's hard, though. I keep fighting, mate.
That's how he hurt his
Man,
knee
it's
in the
funny.
It was a big pop. When I was just passing into side control, he bridged and rolled and he had my foot and I just heard a pop.
He goes, ah! And I asked him in there, like, you okay? He's like, yeah, keep fighting, mate. Keep fighting.
No, he didn't. My knee popped, but it, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I just went with what was comfortable, and what was comfortable was get the motherfucker to the ground, you know what I mean? And just kind of, and just play it from there.
I wonder why he started grabbing him at the end of that fight, because I watched that fight. I wonder why he started grabbing him like he was trying to wrestle. I'm like, Conor, stay on the feet, but his knee was done. Understandable. Understandable.
That funny exchange between
Which I
Conor
knew his
and
knee
Max
was done, but I didn't know why
This
his
was a
knee was
pretty
done.
tough fight to watch if you were a Holloway fan. Conor completely controlled the striking exchanges, outlanded Max,
But
and
Conor is an
controlled him on
all-time
the
great.
ground. The video game
It's
training
understandable.
clearly wasn't cutting it. I don't even think Max tried left, right, up, down, triangle. So, as you'd expect, he got a striking coach and prepared to dominate.
The Conor loss, he was like, yeah, we gotta get this shit going.
So that was your last loss, and then you went on a crazy streak.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe. The word crazy doesn't even do it justice.
I would say the weirdest guy that I had to get ready for a fight was Will Chope.
The one that I started the win
Will
streak on.
Chope.
He was so tall, he was like 6'4".
Dude had long limbs. He had super long limbs, and I thought I was getting out of the way out of certain stuff, but I just wasn't. I had to get used to it.
I was like trying to hit him, and he's just like jabbing me. I'm like, what is going on? Like, how is this guy so tall right now? Like, what is he doing? Like, how is he hitting me from this far?
If I could crack top 10, top 15 in this year, that would be great. If not, I just keep lining them up, and I want to just keep knocking them down. You know, I really strongly believe in to be the best, you gotta beat the best. And if you don't want that UFC gold or be a champion, I don't think you belong in the sport. You know, and but when I think about it, you know, patience. I need patience.
With the TKO victory over Will Chope, and look good doing it.
Max Holloway. Man, you got to return to the octagon, UFC 172.
Andre feel it like to
He only
strike.
22
I like
years
to
old.
strike. It's no hidden secret, and you know, it's gonna be a fun night at UFC 172.
He cracked me at something. I don't even know what he hit me with. I remember looking up at the time, and I was thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing right now?
Do you know exactly how you're going to beat them? Do you know why you're better? Is it timing punches? Is it countering?
I think it's just confidence. I think it's just confidence. Just knowing that anywhere this place go, I know I can compete with you. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Got him.
Huge victory for Max Holloway.
In what was a back-and-forth fight, Max Holloway secured one of the most beautiful high-elbow guillotines I have ever seen in MMA. And he wasn't
That was a hard
slowing down.
Hard days in the gym or hard times in the fight, I instantly think of my wife or my son, and it gets me to the fight. So I can't complain, man. They're my motivation.
He's just constantly on you, just constantly peppering you, constantly on you. Kick, knee, punch, move forward, and you're just dealing with him and trying to breathe. You don't get any breath.
Fight because of Hawaiian.
You gotta put some heavy punches on Max to get him off of you. You gotta throw some heavy shots.
It's in my Polynesian blood.
Once he's got you hurt, then he's just fucking whipping bombs your way.
People are put on this world to do stuff, and I believe I was put on this world to fight, and I was born to fight, and it's just my God-given talent, and I don't want nothing else. Fighting is my world.
And that's it. Another third-round finish from Max Holloway.
I fought Clay Carter 4 weeks ago, and I won, and UFC gave me this opportunity to be co-main event, and that's just something that you can't turn down.
So you're fighting Akira Kurosani. What do you think of him as an opponent for you?
He liked to strike, I like to strike, so it should be a fun striking war, and it has the making of being a fight of the year candidate, a fight of the night candidate, and it's gonna be a tough fight. If I could get a finish, that'd look awesome for
It meant
my
Max that he about to get
2014.
fighted
This might
like
be super
every
big for
night.
me. I think this win could push me in the top 15. If it doesn't, it's whatever.
You know, I took my time, seeing he was standing, and then he started landing and standing in the pocket more, so I was like, oh, this is my game, and you know, I caught him with something that he didn't see, and he went down and got the finish.
Holloway extends his winning streak in emphatic fashion.
Sean Shelby, go get me a top 10 guy. I want a top 15, top 10 guy. My goal is to be ranked before the end of the year.
A first-round TKO and 4 back-to-back finishes was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But Max needed one more fight before stepping into the big leagues.
This is a question that everybody asks. Do you get nervous when you fight? Of course I do. I'm in the back, I'm just in my mind, I'm in my head, and I'm
Cole
just thinking,
Miller.
damn, what the frick am I doing? Are we here again? If a fighter tell you that they don't get nervous, slap them in the head, because they're lying as shit. Or they didn't train hard enough, so they're not nervous. They're like, whatever, I'm just kind of going doing this shit. But those things is know that I'm alive, that know I'm here, and I know, and it reminds me, motherfucker, you still human. You know, like you still got your nerve.
I felt that he won the first round, I won the second round, so I just had to dig deep, and I got it, and I got the win.
Blessed Holloway. I spoke with our UFC matchmaker Sean Shelby earlier today. They are saving a slot for you. UFC on Big Fox April 18th in Newark, New Jersey against Cub Swanson. How do you feel about that potential opportunity?
I feel blessed, man. I'm gonna get back in training camp, and Cub, be ready. Let's go give the fans what they want, and that's a fight.
He's a striker, I'm a striker, so should be a fun to watch.
Riding a 5-fight win streak, a now number 9 ranked Max Holloway called his shot against Cub Motherfucking Swanson, an absolute legend and a bad motherfucker. This was a massive step.
Cub Swanson is a legend, but
so how would Max Holloway?
I'm Max Holloway, you know, I'm going there doing Max Holloway doing that strike, you know. If it so happens goes to the ground, then it goes to the ground.
He's won 5 in a row. He's a lot younger than you. I mean, you've been around the game a lot longer than he has.
Cuz Swanson knocked shit out, though, not gonna lie.
Oh, definitely. I've always been a fan of his. We've talked before. There's tons of mutual respect, but I feel like at this point I'm still a better fighter, and I'm just gonna go out there and prove that.
On Saturday night, I think I'm gonna see the best Cub Swanson that ever would be on the world. On paper, you put down my stats, no one's gonna pick me in a fight. What the f is this guy? Next, you know what I mean?
I just couldn't see where he would beat me, and then he beat me everywhere.
He comes out and he fights me a completely different style than I had watched him throw a jab. I kind of snap his head back and I follow up with a hook and I miss, and he counters me, catches me right in the jaw and breaks my jaw.
And then he ended up putting that choke on me at the very end, and I just remember being so miserable.
He got it! It is all over!
He choked him out.
Finishes Cub Swanson! What a spectacular performance by this young man!
Newcomer against old school. You had a great performance by Max Holloway over Cub Swanson. What a tremendous win, 6 in a row.
What I did was great Saturday night, but I know there's bigger steps I can take, and you can see a better Max Holloway, you know. And I know I can grow in so much more aspects, even the stand-up of my game, you know, and even my mind. I can make everything better. I can get better, you know. I'm not pleased with this Max Holloway. I want to get better, and I want to be the best that ever was, not only from Hawaii, but in the world, you know.
I mean, what are the goals then, I guess, remaining for 2015?
Just get into the title contention, you know, getting that title shot.
With another beautiful guillotine win, Max let the whole world know he was among the top featherweights in the world, which makes this next fight kind of disappointing.
Well, we got to talk about this main event. 145 pounds between the Brazilian Charles Oliveira and the very talented Max Holloway.
Just can't wait to get out there and do my thing.
Yeah, he fought Charles
fun,
too.
hard work done.
Young Charles.
One of the first Hawaiian guys to headline an UFC event since BJ. Kind of makes you feel good inside that UFC feel confident enough to be like, hey, you can sell an event.
This was Max's first main event in what is retroactively a legendary matchup, so putting on a good performance could mean a title shot. But things went bad almost immediately.
Tonight he looked comfortable. The body shots were great. He was landing, circling.
I thought it's when he
had the feeling all week. Everybody was saying it's his time.
Oliveira shoots. Holloway reads it, gets underneath to pull him off of his hips. As Oliveira then stands, he sort of like goes like this. I thought he had torn his labrum or something for maybe straining into the takedown. Oliveira had a esophageal tear, tore his esophagus. Now a micro tear, but that's still, I'm sure.
He tore his esophagus?
Pretty serious too.
Charles
Oh my God! Nigga! He tore his esophagus? Man!
Oliveira injured his esophagus after a quick grappling exchange, which resulted in a TKO win for Max, but it didn't really mean much.
Holloway, congratulations on the win here. I know you're obviously disappointed with the way things turned out. It goes into the books as a 7th consecutive win. Your thoughts on the fight?
Send your prayers to Charles, you know. It's a part of the game, and it's kind of sad to see that happen, you know. This is how we make a living, you know, so on my prayers to Charles. I hope he can
Humble
have a full
moment.
recovery.
That's crazy. I love Max, man. That's hard.
Conor McGregor, one behind Jose Aldo. What do you feel is next for you?
UFC works in mysterious ways. You know, I'm sure they're gonna find something for me.
It kind of sucks for Max because this fight almost didn't count. It didn't do anything to get him closer to the title. So Max returned to the cage a few months later to take on Jeremy Stephens. And if that name doesn't ring a bell, maybe this will.
Who the fuck is that guy? Hey, little leprechaun. Who the fuck is that guy?
I think a lot of people are expecting.
Remember that shit like it was yesterday. Who the is that guy? Little leprechaun. Oh, that's funny.
To kind of steal the spotlight on Sunday.
I'm not here to sit around and bullshit. I'm here to take his spot, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to overwhelm him. I'm going to be overbearing, and I'm going to put the pressure on him, and I'm going to come out victorious.
Stephens is scary, man. You know, he has that power, and he takes it to the last second of the third round with him. I worked really hard for this, and I owe it to my wife, I owe it to my son,
spinning elbow.
I owe it to my family, I owe it to my teammates and my coaches to go out there and fight my ass off.
Max Blessed
Holloway!
Dana, Lorenzo, I got 2 possible fights next. This is 8th winning streak. I know this wasn't the prettiest, but what you guys said about Holloway versus McGregor too, or Holloway versus Aldo at Hawaii.
Hopefully tomorrow morning people remember my rant more than his
He
fight.
wanted that Conor too in it. I like that. I like that. He wanted the winner out of them too.
I like it. I get that shot for that gold title.
How many 24-year-olds can say they've already beaten Jeremy Stephens, Charles Oliveira, and Cub Swanson?
I want to be, remember, I want the greatest. I want to be a legend, and I want gold belts around my waist one day.
Max had very big aspirations. I mean, why wouldn't he? He just beat the real hardest hitting 145er. But I guess an 8-fight win streak wasn't enough for the UFC to give him a title shot. Max felt like he really needed a moment.
Winner in 8 straight fights dating back to 2014, Waianae native Max Holloway just a few weeks away from the biggest fight of his career. 24-year-old will square off with number 5 Ricardo Lamas on the main card
Ricardo
of
Lamas?
UFC 199 in Los Angeles.
I think I've seen like one Ricardo Lamas fight.
And I think it's going to be fun, you know. I think so. You guys are going to see an entertaining, action-packed fight.
He's so good at implementing that strategy of like consistent pressure, constant angles, switching stances, and he switches stances flawlessly. Fights just as good.
You don't even like he be switching stances sometimes. How fast
fight
he
against Ricardo Lamas. You're piecing him up. And then you're famous for you doing this.
Yeah, pointing down. Yes, sir. Right before the 10 seconds, like he does a gesture, like come to me, like I want to fight. I was like, okay, say no more, brother. Yeah, I mean, like we go right here.
And he just pointed at the floor. He's like, come on, let's go right here. Let's stand and bang it out.
Max was already ahead of Ricardo Lamas on the scorecards when he decided to point to the
We
ground
don't care.
and slug it out.
That's a
in one of
real
the most
warrior,
memorable
man.
Moments in UFC
Real
history.
gladiator. A real gladiator.
Poirier wants to see a Hawaiian fight for a belt. That's named Max Blessed Holloway.
Everyone wanted to see Max fight for the belt, but unfortunately, a certain Irishman derailed the featherweight division by knocking out Jose Aldo and leaving the weight class. Jose Aldo then became interim champion, and in Conor's absence, was upgraded to undisputed champion once again. The division was all over the place, so instead of getting a title shot, Max was given a
He's
co-main
going
event spot
running
against former UFC lightweight champion Anthony Pettis.
We was on a co-main event under DC and Anthony Rumble Johnson. I think DC, that's when DC sneezed and he threw out his back because he's old shit. That's how I got my title fight after 9 straight. I was on a 9 straight fight. Like, that was unheard of. People getting 9 fight win streaks and not getting a.
Conor did mess up that whole division when he knocked Aldo out like that fast, bro. He did fuck up that whole division because it's like.
Title shot.
Yes, Daniel Cormier decided to be old as shit, injure himself, and force the UFC to make Holloway versus Pettis a main event interim title fight to save the card.
I got Anthony Pettis, a former champion. He stood a former champion. Man, like I've been saying, is on a Wheatie box. It's kind of a big deal. He got a lot of hype behind him, so trying to take what's his and take what's mine come December 10th. Tune in December 10th. You want to see what hard work is done and hard work pays off. Tune in December 10th, watch the pay-per-view. I've been telling you guys I'm a champion. I know I'm a champion. It's just time to prove to you guys come December 10th, prove to the world and let everybody know who Max Holloway is. I ain't trying to go for the fight of the night of the performance. That means that guy was my equal. You know, and I don't want no equal in here. I go out there and I make people wonder, why is this guy here? You know, why is this guy in? Why did they match it with this? This is a horrible matchup. You know, Max is making this guy look easy. That's what I plan on doing. I like when things ain't in order, you know, like When you come to my house, I love that my room is messy. You gotta be a little bit messy, you know, just to like keep me sane. If I'm too clean, I'm like, things are going too well. Things is going too good.
This guy been around for a long time. You know, I got a lot of film on him. We watched a lot of film. We studied. We did our homework. And December 10th, tune in.
It's like a fight week thing. If something doesn't go wrong fight week, I'm like, nope. This shit ain't happening to me. I'm gonna screw something up right now, just so we got it.
Dana, it was almost appropriate that the final day we had one more wrinkle in all of this with Anthony Pettis.
This is your second time down here at featherweight. How do you feel about the weight cut?
I don't know if Pettis can make that weight. Pettis has made 46 before, but he's never actually made 45.
I woke up with 2 pounds to cut. 3 pounds to cut, and it just wouldn't come off. So it was just one of them weird things where my body just wouldn't let me do it. Unfortunately, shit happens, and then we didn't make the weight, but now we're fighting tomorrow night.
He weighed in at 148, 3 pounds over the featherweight limit. As a result of this, he cannot win the interim featherweight title tomorrow night if he beats Max Holloway. So the belt is only on the line for one fighter. That fighter is Max Holloway.
People are like, aren't you mad that you wasn't getting a title shot for this long? Hell no, I wasn't mad. You know, UFC don't owe me shit. You know, yeah, I'm doing it, but I'm gonna do my damn thing until I get my belt. And I'm gonna be in the same situation Demetrius. Then be scratching their head and be like, who the hell do we have next for this guy?
The interim featherweight title was right in front of Max. All he had to do was reach out and grab it.
Take yourself at all times and touch him now, touch him
Hell
now.
no, he had to fight another human being.
I out my fist, and he just goes straight back. You see me smiling, nodding my head. I knew, like, dog, you're gonna be in for a rough night.
The only thing different that's gonna get you to the top 15 is mental. And then from 15 to 10, the only difference between those guys is mental. And then from 10 to 5, same thing. And then from champion and everybody else, it's a mentality thing.
Pettis never got finished before, you know. And a lot of people said I was gonna have a much harder time with the stand-up with him and stuff.
There's that mental part and that hard part that you can't measure. You can't measure the mental whatever.
No.
And that's that crazy land part. You know what I mean? Like, people don't know what the crazy land is. What makes me a champion, you not? Something gotta be it.
I spinning back kicked him. I showtimed him. And then I landed a roundhouse kick to his stomach. And then he started staying still.
If we're the same weight class, you're stronger than me, you're faster than me. What is the difference?
And I stopped and I punched and he kind of crouched. I was like, oh, you're done now?
I believe it's that passport to crazy land. It's that mental. It's that thing like I'm willing to do something.
He's getting beaten the fuck up. His body was hurting.
Thought of doing it or if presented with you that if you're gonna take that chance.
Anthony Pettis. Max Holloway completely overwhelming a former champion to get his first taste of UFC gold after a long road was deeply satisfying.
Max Holloway winning his 10th straight fight. He is now the interim featherweight champion.
We couldn't fight Aldo, so I started calling him Waldo. Jose Waldo. Hashtag Jose Waldo. And tell him meet me in Brooklyn in February. Let's get the real one.
It's been a hell of a ride, man. And we're just getting started, man. 2 more in, man.
You got nigga Jose Waldo?
This is just the beginning. I want to be the best ever to ever done this thing. You know, I wanna be in the same position of Demetrius Johnson. That guy is, you know, he's just killing contenders. He's killing his division. That's what I want to do.
I mean, imagine that. You just got a gold belt around your waist, and the first thing you do is compare yourself to an arguable GOAT. Max Holloway is a different breed.
Max, what you talking about? I'm a GOAT.
The man, Jose Aldo, taking on the man, Max Holloway, and the idea of 25 minutes with these two animals, I think is exciting for
Can't take that left hand, Joe.
Jose Aldo, on paper, pound for pound, would if you look at stats and whatever, and you put it next to my stats, everybody would probably be like, holy shit, why are they even matched up?
I see a lot of guys swaying my way. I see a lot of guys swaying his way, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's all talk. 2 guys got to get in there. 2 guys got to fight. I got to go in there and face him, and we're about to see soon enough.
Look, I know I'm making a video on Jose Aldo at some point, but until then, I need you to understand that by this point, Jose Aldo was not only the featherweight GOAT, had already achieved the title of #1 pound-for-pound fighter, but he was just overall very high on MMA GOAT lists. Jose was easily the hardest fight a featherweight could have.
No one knows how much like I idolized Jose, bro. He was the man.
He was like the first striker guy that was winning belts and defending belts.
I watched him when I was 17 years old. I'm 25 now,
And I'm facing the guy. I used to watch this guy forever. Like, this is like the moments, you know, train till your idols become your rivals, and this was it, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to fight this guy. This guy didn't want to fight me. He wanted something interesting, you know? We made it interesting. We got the fight. Now there's no need to talk, you know? We signed the contract. Now it's the only talk that I gotta do is with my fists, my knees, and my legs. My last fights, I've been dominated. I want to go in there and dominate and show the world that it's time for the bless. You know, it's time for the bless era. This ain't cockiness. Everybody's like, oh man, this kid is so cocky, he talks with blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is confidence. You guys need to know the difference.
I think he hasn't fought the top guys in the division. The top guys he fought were all tough fights, which went all 3 rounds, always split decisions. It's not about the streak, it's about who he fights.
Jose Aldo has to be careful not to get too
Hold
far
on, that streak though, he was fighting,
Max
bro.
Holloway's got a
What?
good chin. He's a big dude at 145. He's a tough guy to finish. If your game plan is to catch him with the perfect counter and knock him out, you're leaving a lot up to chance.
If you're not confident in what you're doing, then why do it? I think I'm greater, you know? I think I'm the best. When it comes to fighting, I believe I'm the best fighter alive.
This was the moment for Max to prove to the world, and more importantly, prove to that little kid from Waianae that he could go all the way.
Max Holloway's performance was nothing short of masterful. Nothing short of masterful. The way he handled Aldo, when he was like chicken necking at Aldo and he's got his hands down, he's talking shit to him, stalking him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When we was in Rio, and I was putting my hands up in front of his face, like, holy shit. It's like, who the hell, if I was Aldo, I'd be like, who the hell does this kid think he is? He's in Rio, he's doing this to me, this is insane.
The way he fights, his fight IQ, his ability to find a weakness and to see it, his predatory behavior inside the octagon, I think he's the best. I really do.
I was pushing him into a corner, and I just seen him fading, and I told him, hit me. I was like, come on, punch me. Put my hands up. That was my hands up. And I was like, come on, hit me. What are we doing?
Why'd you want him to hit you?
I felt he was depleting. I felt like he was disappearing.
You could see it in Aldo's face like he was drowning. You could see the waves were coming, and he knew he wasn't going to be able to dog paddle for too long.
That'll do it! Max Holloway is the undisputed UFC featherweight champion! Hawaii, stand up!
I've been telling you guys already, this is Bless Era.
This is Bless Era.
King Max is here, guys. Bless Era. Welcome. Hats off to Aldo. He's a GOAT, man. You know, it's nothing but love for the guy, and you know, hopefully he works his
that
way
nigga
back
slobber
up
came
and
off
we
his
can run it
head.
back. Bless Era, welcome. With open hands, and come on in, man. The train, we got a bunch of seats, and come sit down and get ready for a long ride.
Kings go to other Kings villagers, and they take over. He had everything I wanted. He was the GOAT. His time is done. Welcome to
Take over his
Max
village.
Holloway did
Took
exactly
his
what he
village,
said
and
he
now it's
would.
my
He
era.
went in there and
That was crazy.
finished the greatest
Over
featherweight
there, took over his
champion.
village.
Now he wanted a fresh face to kick off the blessed era. However, his next scheduled opponent and former lightweight champion Frankie Edgar pulled out of UFC 218. And since Jose Aldo was such a legend and he did win the first 2 rounds against Holloway before getting stopped, we got a rematch.
Hopefully 100% Aldo shows up Saturday night, and I get to prove my legacy, cement my legacy, and you know, move on with my life.
What's the
He
biggest mistake
did
that
beat
you made in
Aldo
that fight back in
twice.
June that you can't
Did
replicate
he beat
in
Aldo?
this
He beat
fight?
Aldo
I was doing
twice.
good on that fight, and I tried to change the style a little bit, and he took advantage of it, and that was the main mistake, and I'm not gonna do that again.
I feel great. I feel 120, 30%, 150%. There's a lot of things in this camp that we added that I can't wait to use. I can't wait to go out there and show you guys.
Do you feel like people have forgotten how great you are?
No, I don't think they forgot me because they can see my fans cheering for me. I'm gonna be the champ again on Saturday.
Go watch every single fight. I improve. I get better and better and better. Steady pressure always wins, and I can't wait to go in there and show, man. This is a legacy fight. This fight is huge for me. This is for my legacy. He's fighting for his legacy, and I get to cement mine come Saturday night.
There are 2 things worth noting on the lead up to this fight. First, Jose Aldo did have a pretty rough weight cut. And Max Holloway, he was fine, but while
Nigga, it's
weighing
not
in,
145,
UFC
okay?
lightweight Justin Gaethje was holding Max's towel and showed everyone the Blessed Express.
The reason why I look distraught on top of the scale is because when I was covering it and I saw the towel in front of the stuff and you had to be the scale, me knowing Gaethje, there's only one way the towel was going, up and down. That's why I had to be covering the Hawaiian snake. And I was ready.
Look, I'm not speaking for Max. If that was me, I'd give that guy the most spectacular knockout in UFC history.
Yo!
But it's understandable why Max would let that slide. He was focused on getting rid of Jose Aldo for good.
When I saw him in that second Aldo fight, I'm like, Jesus, he's so much better than he was before.
First time you fought Jose, you were whooping him. Then the second time you fought, you did something different.
I always try to finish fights, no matter what. Even if you're the best guy in the world, I'm gonna try to finish you. And you always gonna see me in your face. I'm not gonna go away.
You started throwing body kicks, and you started fighting in the clinch, and you started making it nasty.
Yeah. If we fought to death, like if there's no time limit, I'm gonna kill you. Like that's just my mindset.
He said, I'm gonna kill you.
He was throwing bricks at him. He was really throwing hard in that first round to try to like establish some distance.
He looked like a stud tonight and was willing to put himself in harm's way. He got hit with some big shots that he didn't need to get hit with either, just to prove that he could walk through them. It was badass.
He yelled at the end of the first round. He looked over at us and he goes, "The man is tired. The man's tired."
The man's tired, because I knew it. I was like, this guy's done. He's done. And he came out. I remember he came out fast. He came out fast with like a straight right, left hook. And I was like, ooh. I was like, maybe he might not be.
He started slugging it out with Aldo at the very beginning of the third. He's like, I know this guy's tired. He goes, I'm going to make him sprint with me.
In the third round, I dropped my hands. I was telling him to punch me. I was like, bro, this is where you punch me. Punch me in the face.
Then I pushed it a little bit more, and I was like, okay, yeah. That was a little smoke screen. That's what he had left from the little minute he got to rest.
And you saw Holloway just coming out, coming on, just bang, 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 pop, pop, pop.
Well, he get it coming on. You can't really beat Holloway, bro.
He's using all his head movement, but he never gets a break.
I'm gonna figure out a way to make you tired and to make you quit. And when you quit, may peace be with you.
His undisputed featherweight championship.
He's the baddest motherfucker. I think he's the best 145er ever.
You're going down as one of the best featherweights of all time as a champion, right? You beat Jose Aldo twice.
Man, Aldo's a hell of a champion. But I told you guys, this is a blesser, this is something new.
Yeah, the way that he put the pressure on Aldo tonight, stayed in his face, kept moving forward, was trying to break him down mentally and physically and wear him out. Incredible performance.
2 in a row over the consensus greatest featherweight of all time.
Who is that, his sister?
This puts you in that
Who is
position
that?
now. You are now the greatest featherweight of all time.
Who is this?
No, I got a lot of catching up to do. You got to respect the man. The man got all the numbers. I got to catch up on the title defenses.
Who is that?
Talk about it.
He doesn't have to owe anybody anything, That guy's one of the greatest of all time. I think
he's definitely
Brazil
one of the
should be
greatest.
Building statues of that guy in all of favelas.
I mean, he's unquestionably one of the greats of all time, but in my opinion, skill-wise, Max Holloway has now surpassed him.
Right now, I'm focused on champ life. I want to be a champion. I want to be a long-reigning featherweight champion. I want to be known in the history books, my name everywhere.
All these guys like cupcakes to me. I want a new flavor, but if I get something else, an older flavor, I don't care. I like them all. They all can get it. They're all gonna get it, and it's just they're in due time.
I think so. The world needs to know what a champion looks like, and that's what I'm trying to put my foot down and show the world. This is what a champion looks like. Defend. I don't really cry about anything, and if you think you're the best, come fight blessed.
You're only 25 years old, okay? 2 or 3 more fights and you've wiped out the entire featherweight division. Do you see yourself, is the plan at some point to move up to another weight class and try and be a 2-division champion?
Look, brother, Max just said he wants to defend his title.
Damn.
Why are you asking him stupid fucking questions about moving up to lightweight?
Fighting Khabib, and you were going to fight Khabib on last-minute notice.
Yeah.
Like, how much notice did they give you for that?
6 days.
6 days.
6
Tony
days.
Ferguson trips, falls, and he's ruled out with a knee injury.
He tore his LCL. He actually tore it off the bone. He's going to need surgery. Max Holloway wants to step up, take this opportunity to fight Khabib for the 155-pound championship.
Everybody talk about this guy being the best fighter in the world. I want a piece of it. I want a piece of it. You test yourself. That's what real fighters do.
That's right. Khabib Nurmagomedov was supposed to fight Tony Ferguson for the vacant lightweight title, but Tony fell out due to injury.
Oh yeah,
Max
I
was
remember
sitting
this
at
now.
home recovering from a leg injury that forced him out of another scheduled bout with Frankie Edgar. But Max saw this opportunity and jumped at it.
If he wins this fight, other than Conor McGregor, he'll be the only guy to hold 2 belts at the same time.
I think Khabib is the toughest fight in the world.
You heard the name he said.
I'd rather fight anybody else in the world than Khabib on 6 days.
That's a fact.
His style and just his tenacity.
For Max, it's gonna be a long night. I respect him, it's gonna be a long night.
I'm like,
it's gonna be long night.
He's human. He's human just like me and you. If you put me in the octagon, I'm gonna fight him.
This is how legends are made, This guy's one of the best guys in the world. The best 55er, everybody. People don't want to fight him. To be the best, you gotta beat the best. And the best is blessed, baby.
I just want to be the greatest of all time. And he's the guy there, He's one of the guys there. He's one of the guys that stood undefeated in MMA. It's impossible to do. So why would you not want to fight someone like that?
Yeah, but he ain't. I love Khabib. Don't get me wrong.
How am I fighting for money? How am I fighting for money? I'm fighting a contract fight against this guy.
I think that's the best press conference Khabib ever had was against me and him.
You believe you can beat me?
Yeah, go.
He believe you can beat me. You believe?
What?
You believe you can beat me?
Yes. I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't. Who's right minded? Going into a fight that think they're gonna lose.
I always told everybody, I don't care if I'm fighting in front of 100,000 people. I don't care if I'm on the side of in an alleyway. If Dana White signs me and makes sure that there's a lot of zeros at the end of that contract, and I'm not going to jail after it's all said and done, we can fight in the alleyway.
Any weight class, I don't care. I want to fight. If you're going to be the #1 pound-for-pound guy in the world, you should be willing to fight everyone and anyone. That's the truth.
People keep saying this is the best guy. Well, I want a piece of it. You know, I want to prove. You know, if you guys think this guy's the best guy, watch me.
This was a very exciting matchup with a wild build-up, but the questions around Max's dangerously quick weight cut started to emerge.
6 days does mean that you will be heavier than usual. What are you weighing right now?
That is a secret, Michael. I'm not going to tell you my secrets.
What's the heaviest you've ever got?
He was all bit of 167.
80, 85 probably the
85,
heaviest.
90. That means 90. That means one. It might mean 200
maybe
pounds.
210. Who knows?
Max is huge. Yeah. Max was 185 when they told him about the Khabib Nurmagomedov fight.
I'm like, bro, I'm like
185
for making the weight, and I'm going to like it's tough, but I'm going to get there.
We was close, man. We was close. We was in striking distance for sure.
Why did they stop you?
They came in the room, they looked at me, they said, "You don't look good. You can't do it." That's all that happened, and it walked out.
Why is the commission telling a champion whether or not he can make weight? Let him try to make weight. Get the fuck out of it. You don't know what you're doing.
I mean, how are you supposed to look when you're cutting weight? Pretty sure you're supposed to look like that.
The horrible thing about that fight was that he lost all that weight really rapidly for no reason.
Have you ever been depressed?
Oh, for sure. When I was supposed to fight Frankie the first time, I holding my ankle, and then after that, the whole freaking Khabib thing happened. I was out here in Brooklyn, and that happened. Like, it was just like, I couldn't catch a break, bro. It was just one after another, and I just felt like I couldn't get a break.
Why the commission going there and act like he come? Bro, let that man fight!
And I was like, thinking like, why me? The chance of fighting someone of that stature, and I pride myself on like, you know, fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, any weight class. I just wanted to fight him.
Max was within spitting distance of a historic fight and had it taken away from him. And when he tried to get back to the octagon in a featherweight matchup with Brian Ortega, this happened.
You look like you just got out of bed. Are you tired? What's going on? How's the weight cut? You know, are you drained? I mean, you look a little sleepy.
I'm good, man. I'm good. A little bit tired. They got me doing a bunch of media stuff, but I'll be fine.
Just slurring his words. He looked half asleep.
Right.
He looked like he just got out of bed.
You just look like, you know, you're ready to fall asleep on me there.
No, he did that interview.
What the fuck is wrong with Bisping, bro? Bisping, bro, do your fucking job, bro. Talk about some, bro, do your job. Why you worried about him getting sleepy, bro? Talk about the fight. What's wrong with Bisping, bro?
And, you know, people started to realize that something wasn't right.
Max was pulled from yet another fight, this time for concussion-like symptoms.
What?
That's 3 fights in a row that Max was pulled from, and fans were starting to wonder.
He got concussion-like symptoms. He ain't been in a fight. You know, how long? How he got concussion? What the fuck?
If he was ever going to return to the cage, and if he did, would he ever be the same?
Max Holloway, who will defend his crown finally this year at UFC.
Will he be the same? Bro, what the fuck? When did he get beat up badly? Like, what is going on?
231 against Brian Ortega.
Brian Ortega, Max Holloway. Yeah. Who the f knows how that's gonna go?
Does this fight feel different just after everything you've been through over the last year?
Not at all. This is just another day in the office, baby. I can't wait to make that walk.
Is there any part of you, Brian, that's worried that this fight doesn't happen again?
Small part. Is there going to be a fight? Is he going to show up? Is he not going to show up?
December 8th, with or without Max, this fight's going to happen for the featherweight belt.
We keep talking about this weight thing or blah, blah, blah. Have I ever stepped on a scale and they told me I missed weight?
He showed up this morning on weight. We're happy about that. We waited for right now, see if there's the last little.
He thought he was really gonna beat Mike.
He looks healthy to me, so.
He thought he was gonna beat Max.
Ortega was the young,
what you
beautiful
thought?
lion with fantastic
He was
jiu-jitsu,
like that, though.
handsome guy, cool, smooth talker, looks like a champion, fucking everybody up.
Can you stand and strike with Max?
No.
Well, I hope so. That's why I'm here.
Both guys are very crafty guys, good strikers. Obviously, you saw Ortega knock out Frankie Edgar.
He's dangerous.
I ain't know that.
He showed that
I ain't know he knocked out Frankie.
He showed that if you give him something, he's going to try to take it home with him. And he also showed that he got a chin on him.
He's good. He's a dangerous man, you know, but everything the guy did, I did better.
If Holloway gets too close, then I believe Brian Ortega will submit him pretty easily.
I think Ortega is a big surprise, maybe. You know, he finished Max Holloway.
I always tell everyone, the second I get an opportunity to finish it, I'm taking it.
He's on what, 6-fight win streak? I got 12. He beat
Damn.
the champion, I beat 2. And I beat one of them twice. So at the end of the day, the Bless Express is going around in a circle. We laughing you, bro.
My favorite thing to do when people say, "Oh, this guy's gonna do this to me, this guy's gonna do this to me," and I go out there and I show them what's really up, and then they're like, "Damn, okay, maybe not."
Sometimes the best response is no response.
Sometimes you don't have a response, so.
Sometimes you really don't have a response, verbally or physically.
I really think that Ortega fight made him a superstar.
Everybody keep telling me, man, you hold the record for a most significant landing in a fight and in a round. Sucks to be Brian, because he's on the receiving end.
I didn't break the records, actually. Ortega actually did it for me. You know, he's taking a lot of punches.
I was hoping that either the referee or the corner was going to stop that fight. The fight needed to be stopped.
I just felt his energy dropping every round.
He just beating him up.
Grabs his hand and places it here, and he's like, leave it there so I don't keep punching him.
I was just telling him, brother, you know, I don't know who your coach is, but this is where...
He was too tired of leaving things up. That nigga tired, man. He couldn't.
Where he belonged. And then I threw a left hook and he blocked it. And I was like, good job. Everybody in the UFC know how to throw 1-2, know how to block a 1-2.
Yeah.
Except for Ortega at the time. You know?
Max Holloway put a beating on Brian Ortega, enough to know that this fight was about to be over.
When I was coming
That's
out of the
crazy.
round, I told Joe, this is the round. Get ready to come in and talk to me.
Turning to the commentator in the middle of a world title fight in the UFC and telling them you're going to finish him in that round. Like, why do you think you did that?
Because I knew I was going to do it, you know? Why do people do anything? Because they feel like they're going to do it, and I felt it. I was on, you know? I was feeling it.
That's it. Max Holloway has retained his UFC featherweight championship. Brian Ortega unable to enter the horn for a 5th round.
What was your favorite part of the fight?
When the doctor called and said the fight is done.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
that makes sense.
I just gotta say, is there anyone else? Step forward, let's go!
Where do you think Max rates right now among the all-time greats?
Hey, a king gotta defend his throne. If he leave his throne, another king can come. Come see me. Bless Arrow, baby, let's go!
He's one of the all-time greats. He's one of the best ever in the business. It's impossible not to talk about him amongst the all-time great now. And yes, he possibly could be the greatest ever.
Max's performance was undeniable.
Greatest what, featherweight or greatest?
That Max was destined for a big change.
He looks so good tonight, but I think there's a lot more opportunity for him at 155. I'd like to see Max go to 55 now. The guy's 27 going on 28 years old. He's in the prime of his life. Never looked better, continues to improve with every single fight that he's in, and I think he's done everything he can do at 45. Why keep cutting that weight? If Holloway goes to 55, everybody in the top 5 is a fun fight for him.
You want to be a champion, you gotta tell yourself way before you do anything and win anything. You know, I was a champion when I was that 20-year-old kid getting submission armbarred by Dustin Poirier.
Hey, Dustin Poirier, he's in the lightweight top 5, but that fight would never happen again. It makes no sense.
Featherweight champ Max Holloway, who's moving up in weight to take on Dustin Poirier for an interim title at UFC 236.
Man, this guy's got to be 100.
That damn Dustin hit.
I was like, he's probably going to move up. You know, he's still young and growing. But I didn't think I would be fighting him for the world championship this soon or right now.
That's right. Lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov was unable to defend his title, so the UFC put up an interim championship between Dustin and Max at 155
Damn, Khabib, what with Khabib?
This doesn't mean nothing to me. To UFC, I always tell them the same thing, you know? I want the toughest fight. They gave us this contract, you know, I took it, I signed it.
Back in February of 2012, a young Max Holloway made his UFC debut against Dustin Poirier. He lost that fight. Will the same happen on Saturday?
This is a completely different fight here. He's the best in the world. I'm expecting to fight the best in the world April 13th.
The best part of life at 155 so far for me right now is eating. Yeah. I get to eat. Now we're here with Dustin. I can't wait. You know, the cupcake, I told you guys all, the cupcakes, UFC, whatever UFC put in front of me, that's the cupcakes I'm gonna eat, you know, and this cupcake
was kind of sour 7 years ago. So Saturday night, hopefully it's much more sweeter.
The guy's obviously reigning, defending world champion. Stopped arguably the best 145er in the world twice. Has been looking incredible every fight.
Everybody keeps saying he's a dog. I know he's a dog, and I'm gonna bring the dog out of him come Saturday night.
Dustin Poirier's gonna pull the win out the bag. He's beaten once, I think he can beat him twice.
Everybody keep telling me about this weight issue and this and that, and like I'm not gonna be able to deal with the big boys and my size or my pace might disappear. I might get more power, blah, blah, blah. I train with big boys.
This is going to be a hell of a fight. This is a high-level fight. We have 40 fights between us in the UFC.
I bring a very fast-paced, hard pace for these guys to keep up with. I have a lot of trust and belief in my cardio, and I'm excited to show it out there against a guy who's known for his cardio and volume.
I have a lot of respect for this guy, and I understand how good he is. He's on the pound-for-pound list for a reason, and I'm just excited for the challenge.
Holloway, yeah. I feel he's coming to his own now, and he's improved so much since getting beat by Conor and people like that. So I'll probably go Holloway.
He's one of the best in the world. He's proven it. He's beat the best in the world time and time again. He's undisputed.
I'm going definitely with Max Holloway. You know, he's such a great champion. You know, he's been looking amazing in all his last fights.
Not only do I accept this and look forward to this, I honor this. I go to bed at night. I can't wait. 25 minutes. Let's go.
Max Holloway was the favorite going into his rematch with Poirier, and if he could really pull this off, he'd be a double champion. But could he do it?
He landed more than Dustin Poirier, but when Dustin landed, you could see that it fucking counted.
I was throwing power shots a lot. Every punch was almost a power shot.
Max Holloway is so tough and such a dog. Looked like he was out in the first round.
I was surprised I hurt him that quickly in the first, and it looked like his legs were definitely gone. I've seen a lot of Max's fights. I've never seen him really hurt like that.
There was a big difference between the amount of damage that Poirier landed. Big difference. He was hitting him with big shots. Really clean, well-timed shots with great head movement.
I thought I was going to put him away a few times, and he didn't get on the bicycle. He walked forward when he was hurt and crowded me and made it hard for me to hit him, and he hit me with shots.
There's a picture of me getting like cracked from like Dustin, and it looks like I have like a muffin top, brother.
Look how fat I was. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's muffin top Max, brother.
The guy's a warrior. I knew I was in a dog fight. After each round, going back to my corner, I was just thinking how this fight's insane.
It was hard for him to really change the course of the fight at any time because he just lacked the power. You saw the power in Dustin. You didn't see it from Max.
Interim UFC lightweight champion of the world.
Max clearly lost to Dustin Poirier, but it was fight of the night. He didn't just lay there and take a beating. It just wasn't his night.
Poirier, congratulations on a truly fantastic performance against one of the very best fighters in the world. You put on a show tonight.
Man, this feels amazing. I feel like I'm in a dream right now. I just beat one of the pound-for-pound best in the world.
I'm not gonna take nothing away from Dustin. He beat a world champ. He is a world champ. Congrats, brother.
Dude, Max he loses better than anyone on the fucking planet. He just goes, hey, I'm just gonna get better.
I completely agree with Joe because no matter what you throw at Max, he will persevere.
He a real one.
Point, Max returned to featherweight to defend his title against Frankie Edgar and won every single round against a former champion.
Everybody said I wasn't gonna be able to wrestle with this guy. Everybody said I wasn't going to be able to stay with his pace. I wanted to prove a point and go 5 rounds with him so I could let the world know that I'm here to stay and the Blessed Express is still on the move, baby. Choo-choo.
How did Daddy look good tonight?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? What was pretty good?
Your punches.
Frankie is a true warrior. Give him up for this guy. He's the guy that inspired me to be here. You the man, Frank.
Like I said, a true champion is a guy who can get knocked back down and get right back up the reins and keep chugging along.
I completely agree with that sentiment, and Max would need that mindset because there was a certain Australian knocking on his door.
Volkanowski is here.
I'm not gonna lie.
Watching you closely, and he says he's next in line. I'm curious to your thoughts on him and how you match up with him.
Volkanowski is a good guy. That's the next guy up. People keep saying that he's the one. So I heard this all too much, you know. So I welcome the challenge.
Alexander Volkanovski was a powerhouse surging through the featherweight division, and his recent wins over Chad Mendes and Jose Aldo meant that the Blessed Express was making a stop in Australia.
I believe I'm a tough matchup for him. Even 3 years ago, the fight I was 3 years ago, I think could give him problems. You know, it's just so much more evolved from then. I just believe that I'm more than the guy to do what I really am.
I've got that power.
That look, hey, he was ready. I ain't gonna lie.
Put it all together, and a lot of people are going to say that
I still think Max won at least one of those fights, bro. Come on, bro.
But the guy got the reach. I got a little T-Rex arm.
I'm 6 feet, right? Or 5'11", whatever you want to call. Yeah. And my arm reach is like a 5'9" guy. I'm a T-Rex, bro. I should start walking out to the freaking octagon like this, bro.
Exactly. He's a great champion. He's a smart man. He's got a high fight IQ, so I'm sure he's going to mix it up. But so am I, so I can't wait to dance with him in there.
It's a very competitive fight, and I think Volkanovski can absolutely do it.
I believe I've got a lot of the tools. There's going to be people that don't believe it, but again, I'm days away from proving it, you know what I mean? And no disrespect to Max, great champion, but, you know, I think it's my time. Max is a great champion, you know what I mean? So I'm expecting him to be a tough fight, but at the same time, man, I know I've said it, I'm the man for the job, and I really do believe that.
With him saying that he's the one that's going to do this and that, you need that confidence. I want to fight a confident guy.
Confidence, not cockiness, eh? So that's it. I've always been confident, but I mean, them last couple of fights really did boost my confidence even more.
Alex fought guys like you, and look what he did to him. But they're not me. Was those guys ex-champions? You know, do those guys have the heart, the mindset that I have?
I ultimately think he's got to close distance though, because Max Holloway could dance around in circles and jab his face off all night with his timing and his pace.
His power, his cardio, his strength, his wrestling. Dude is a striker too, so there's a lot of questions.
We're both going to be trying to break each other's rhythm, but at the same time, we're both not going to let each other take a backward step.
He presents a lot of questions, you know, and me and my team sat down, we talked about it, and we think we got the answers.
He's going to put himself in positions where, yeah, he needs to try and break me, right? He needs to work his game. He's going to try and land them jabs on the outside, but I'm not going to be so easy. So he's going to need to probably put himself in a bit more risky situations, and that's going to make me be a little bit more dangerous.
I love this energy. I love what he's doing. I love what he's saying, and we get to find out December 14th. I think so. The firefight in the inside, I think so. In his mind, he believes it favors him, you know, and many people believe it probably favored him because he probably has more knockouts than me or whatever.
I'm not going to slow down, and I'm already a dangerous fighter, and the fact that I won't slow down, that's something that he really needs to worry about. That's a nightmare for him.
The time for talk was done. Was Volkanovski just another cupcake or the end of an era?
First round, I was filling him out, so he did what he did in the first round.
We did good, and then he just did better in one aspect with the leg kicks, and it all added up. I beat him in body strikes. I beat him in
I'm giving Max that, bro.
He really beat me in leg strikes.
I don't care what nobody say. I'm giving Max that fight. He arguably won the second fight, bro.
We was super close, and then he'd just throw it. Like, you know, like we'd end up getting into a tangle, and then he would just end with a leg kick just to even touch me.
We were trying to break each other's rhythm. He started going to the body and stuff like that, you know what I mean? He's trying to mix it up, trying to see what would work.
I was having success from like mid-second round to all the way third, fourth, fifth. I felt like we was doing enough.
Volkanovski came in with a beautiful game plan that was very leg kick heavy, and despite Max Holloway coming on strong in the later rounds, Volkanovski edged him out.
Said I'll be champion by before the year's out. 2019, we've done it.
I just want to say we've had great champions in this division. Aldo, great respect.
I think Max won that, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Respect for champion. I promise to be a great champion too. There was a lot of doubters there. I think I ended up looking at a pros picks.
See, I hate people do that, bro. Talk to it was doubters, bro. You barely won. You didn't even win for real.
Not one.
And I love Volk. I love Volk, bro.
Not one.
You
I
didn't
use that as
win.
motivation. I love it. They'll pick me next time.
I'm only 28. I'm only getting better. I'll be back, boys.
Greatest fans in the world. She comes up to me and she rubs my back, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, boy," and blah blah. I'm like, "For what?" She's like, "You lost your fight." I'm like, "Andy, I'm alive. I didn't die. It's okay. You know, we're gonna get the belt back. You know, it's just a fight. It's one fight. We'll be back."
What do you think went wrong in 2019?
You know, nothing. I think everything went exactly how it's supposed to go. I think these ups and downs is what it's meant to be. You know, this is how you build a path. This is how you become the greatest of all time. There's only three guys that matter that night. You know, only 3 guys, and those 3 guys sound the opposite way of me, and it is what it is.
How are your legs? Because they looked pretty red in the fight.
I feel great. I feel good. We could we'll go 5 more rounds right now.
He said no.
We could go 5 more rounds right now. This guy don't know what he's talking about. I'm a fight. We can end up fighting.
At the end of the day, I'm happy. You know, like I said, I didn't need the belt to be a champion. I know I'm a champion. The belt was just to let people know that, look, I'm one of the greatest guys to ever do it.
Do you agree? Do you feel like you should have to beat him again, or do you feel like there's other things on the table that might make sense?
I think he deserves it. Like, do I have to beat him to prove that I'm a better fighter? I think, like, we had 5 rounds to do it, and I'm pretty sure I won it pretty clearly.
Afterwards,
hell
President
no.
Dana White said he's considering doing the immediate rematch, perhaps in Australia later next year.
Maybe we do that rematch in Australia. Rematch Australia.
If we have that rematch, I guarantee you people are going to be doubting again.
Rematch makes sense, and it's a very exciting fight. It would be a great rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
would sell.
Max undoubtedly deserved the rematch at this point. He had the longest featherweight win streak ever and defended his title 3 times. This was a no-brainer. Just remember, the world kind of shut down in 2020, so while the rematch was set, people were more concerned with how Max was preparing for the fight.
You've also came out and said that you don't spar anymore.
I did my training on Zoom, and people was like, "You're fucking lying," and blah blah.
Zoom?
blah.
I did think you were lying.
I was like this and that.
I thought you were lying.
Yeah.
He trained with no one. He didn't have any training partners. He didn't spar, nothing. What is going on here?
Everything that we was doing was through Zoom. You know, we couldn't.
Wow.
You could if you got caught at the gym because there was lockdown and stuff.
Where was he at?
I'm not gonna try and meet with these coaches, with these guys, and like get busted. You know, especially who I am. You know, I can't be getting arrested before my fight. It's some crazy shit.
Yeah, don't spar. We do movement sparring. This camp actually opened my eyes. Like, man, we don't even have to spar that much anymore. You know, like I'm at a point in my career where I know how to punch, I know how to kick, I know how to apply it. So I spar.
There's no way Max Holloway trained on Zoom.
Get online and do stuff, and I had a bag at home, and I'd hit the bag and stuff, do drills and this and that, and add weights and stuff. I was
So no
lifting
grappling
weights.
at all?
No grappling until fight week.
I believe he's training.
Until fight
I guarantee
week.
he was training. Even if he's not, I'm prepared for a fully prepared Max Holloway.
The Zoom sparring controversy was hilarious, and equally entertaining was the fact that Max and Volk were kind of talking trash.
I wanted this fight. I need this fight right now because I want to go out there and I'm going to take him out and show everyone I'm the best featherweight in the world.
How is he talking? Is he talking like a champion? I feel like he attacking me, called me out to fight, like something a challenger does, doesn't it?
I'm a champion chasing the contenders. I still feel like a challenger in a way. That's just how I look at it. That's how I keep myself motivated.
Ain't no he
He's a
lost
champ
that
right now.
fight. Fuck, you talking
He's
about?
on the chip on his shoulder, like he doesn't feel like he's a champ. That's on him. That's a him problem.
He sounds a bit salty. He sounds a bit, he's got a sour taste in his mouth. I don't know what it is. I guess losing's hard, but I mean, I just didn't think he would take it that way.
I know where I am in my life. I know where I stand. I got 5 belts. This guy can beat me 2 more times. I still have more belts in the mat.
He can say whatever he wants. I'm the champ. I got the belt. I beat him.
I think all the pressure is on Max here, right? You lose to the champ twice. You're in purgatory. You're stuck.
I'm going to leave no doubt in anyone's mind, including
He
him.
won
So
the
I'm gonna put
first
him
one to
away.
me,
As a fight
bro. I
fan,
don't
you were
really.
excited for not only this awesome matchup, but you were excited to get a conclusive result to this high-level feud.
The belt, we can lose that one day. It's gone. The actual belt, they can. But they can't take away of me being a champion of what I did.
Started off that first round, we're like, oh, you're doing good. Then obviously, he actually did what we actually expected him to, even with some of his attacks.
People only see 25 minutes of us. You know what I mean? 25 minutes. But they don't see the hours and hours of training. And that's nobody ever gonna take away from me. And because of that, I'm always gonna be a champion.
Yeah, his first 2 rounds were strong.
Oh, man, he's down again. So it seemed like you switched up things strategically. You leaned on the wrestling a little bit. A couple takedowns materialized for you. Was that a byproduct of the way the fight was going?
I was a champ before I had this belt. It's validation to
Oh,
you
he
guys.
dropped
It's
him
not validation to
again.
me. The validation
Oh,
is
nah,
going
fuck no.
blood, sweat, and tears that you guys don't see.
Max put all his chips on the table, knocked down Volkanovski in the first 2 rounds, and edged out Volkanovski in the 3rd. Max won his belt back. All we needed was for the judges to make it official.
Listen, man, you can't leave it. You can't leave it to these guys. We got some bad judging.
I had this for Max. I thought it was very clear. 3 rounds to 2. I mean, the first 2 aren't even in question. The knockdowns, the head kick, and then knocking him down with the straight.
That's nasty
In
work.
your mind when the judges were reading out the scorecards tonight?
I wouldn't say doubt.
I had it 3 rounds to 2 for Max.
Yeah, but look, it was a close fight. You know, it was a close fight.
I thought Max certainly won the second fight,
That's
and I do not
crazy,
see
man.
a road back unless Volkanovski loses that title. I do not see a road back to a championship opportunity for Max.
It's tough, bro. It's tough, but at the end of the day, you just gotta, you don't cry over spilled milk. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
that's
I
what
gotta
I'm
do is
saying,
cry
bro. I
about it.
hate niggas. I feel like he won the first one, but that's just he need here, need there. But the second one for sure. Come
I don't
on.
know, did anybody in here score it for Volkanovski? Anybody have it for Volkanovski? Nobody in the media? Yeah.
It's just something that I have no control over. You know what I mean? Like everybody can say that I won and this and that, but it's cool to hear. You know what I mean? But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, but I didn't.
If I'm right, then not only is the best fighter in the world not the champion, the best fighter in the world doesn't even have a road to become the champion, and I do think that is a little bit of an injustice for what my eyes showed me tonight.
In the history books, he won.
Damn.
You got to move on. Like if you want to be the best, you cannot be.
Shit be crazy,
can't be
man.
crying and
These judges are
sulking.
nasty.
I thought Max won the fight, and the majority of fans and media felt the same. But to Max's point, he couldn't just sit around and sulk. So instead, he decided to put on one of the wildest
What
performances
is
I've ever seen.
Bader?
Arguably the greatest
Cater?
UFC featherweight
What his
ever,
name?
looks to rebound from 2 tough losses to the current champ, Alexander Volkanovski. On the other side, you've got Cater coming off 2 of his best performances in the UFC.
That was a crazy fight, man. That was, in my opinion, like one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen in my entire career.
That was my favorite fight of all time.
I've never seen anybody in such a flow. That flow state was insane.
Calvin's no punk. That's the thing. It's not like
at all.
Calvin's some bum. Like,
Not at all.
Calvin's a bad motherfucker.
A lot of people whom we all respect and know a lot about this sport picked Cater to win tonight.
A lot of people hold his boxing to a high level, and
100%.
in the whole UFC, not just the featherweight division, the whole UFC.
For you to outbox him the way you did and just to put it on him round after
Ain't
round
like Cater
after
do used to knock
round.
motherfuckers. Cater knock
I mean,
people.
he's a fucking dangerous dude. He's got real good boxing. Yeah, he does. And he just couldn't touch Max.
I had him against the cage, and I was punching him, and then I heard Dan Hardy say something about numbers. So that first thing I yelled to him is, "Count it up." I told him count it up because like I'm gonna keep punching, you know, I keep counting. I'm looking at them, and in my corner eye, I see Calvin start trying to throw punches, and he didn't land one punch, you know. If you see it in the video, I look right at him, I go, "What? What the hell is happening? You threw like 5 punches and you missed? I wasn't even looking at you. That's what I was thinking, you know."
And he's looking away. I'm the best boxer. And he moves his head and he hits him.
He's throwing punches at you and you're moving your head. I was like, Jesus Christ, Max is in the fucking Matrix.
There's no other way to say it.
That was fine.
Max
I ain't gonna
beat
lie.
the brakes
That's
off
why one of my favorite Max fights ever.
Most plus 100 strikes in back-to-back fights. The record for the most strikes ever in a UFC fight.
You can take everything, you can strip me back down to fucking ground zero. Guess what? I'm gonna build myself right back up.
Max Blessed
And the fact that he didn't even train for that Volk fight and beat Volk, Max the best 145 of all time until Ilya Poirier. Well, that's neither here nor there. No, Ilya.
He did what he needed to do in
Let me know in the
spectacular
comments if we should do a Ilya vid. You know?
fashion tonight, and I think that he deserves to fight Volkanovski again.
Just like that, Max was right back in the title picture. But instead of waiting around for Volkanovski, Max took another fight against Yair Rodriguez.
What's the point of this fight? We all think that you deserve it. We all know that you deserve it. Your last performance secured it, in my opinion. Why even do this fight? Why aren't you fighting Alex Volkanovski next?
I didn't want to wait till New Year. I wanted to keep on fighting.
Wow.
Where everyone, every time, you know, that let's
He
get
just
it.
wanted to keep.
Kind
What
of
if he
put
would have
aside
lost?
when a guy
That's
loses
crazy.
the title that maybe they're not as good as they used to be. But Max keeps getting better.
Max
He just comes in and puts on a performance like this. This is a guy that Volkanovski's going to have to just get him out of the way and do it again.
Max rebounded from what I consider a title robbery with 2 bonus earning performances. So we had to do the trilogy.
All the hardcore fans is going crazy about it because they know like this is something special. This is a legacy fight. This is huge in every way. People calling us the main event of this card. You know, and that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot about this fight.
I'll give him credit. You know, he was stubborn. He goes, "Ain't no one taking that #1 contender spot from me." That's what he did. He stood there and took out the guys and didn't let them have a shot at me. So now he gets a shot.
How do you think you finished this fight?
You guys will find out Saturday night talking about 3. This guy talking about a 3-peat or something, you know? This guy don't even got 3 highlights in the UFC.
At least think he can beat me, right? Because he knows it's going to be a hard
You
fight.
lost
If he's going out there thinking he's going to lose, that's not how we roll.
All week, all I heard was you guys talking about damage. Damage this, damage that. I'm known for taking damage, and he's known for not giving it.
I'm just going to be too much. You know what I mean? And if I make it look easy, good. But I mean, I'm going out there preparing for a tough fight.
Hey, we're going to see Saturday night, right? That's the beauty of it. That's why you can't spar anymore, because you're punching there too much.
How different is it going to be than the last 2?
It's gonna be a lot different. It's gonna be a lot different, man. A volcano is gonna erupt tomorrow, and I can't wait.
2-0, about to be 3-0. Let's fucking go.
Saturday night, baby.
Hey, I just want to say, boo.
Poor Volk, as I said, like he's a whole different beast, you know what I mean? And he hasn't faced Bold Volk yet. You know, my style and where I'm at right now will definitely be enough to deal with whatever challenges come forward. He's going to spice it up, but I mean, I'm going to have an answer for everything.
I told you, I had 10 rounds with this guy. You just said I had 10 rounds. We'd be lucky, we'd be blessed if we go past 3, man. We found something, and you guys gotta tune in Saturday night.
Hello, Max, you know this, but my heart with him, but my mind with Alex Volkanovski.
Belt, no belt, I'm the same dude, you know? They know what you get. The opponents, everybody, even the fans know what they're gonna get when I'm going to go out there and fight. You know, you're gonna get a championship caliber fight, an exciting fight.
These guys have spent 50 minutes in the cage with each other.
and we don't know who's better.
In your heart, do
I
you
know
feel
who
like
better.
we'll have
Plan me,
resolution
man.
to you and Alex after this fight? You think we'll have an answer one way or the other?
I know one thing, the winner will be the best featherweight of all time.
That's
because
not
to me,
true,
these
bro.
are the best
Fuck
featherweights of all
outta
time.
here,
I don't care what nobody says.
I think that's something we can all agree on.
No,
You can
hell
see how
no.
comfortable I was in there, how confident I was in there. I knew I was too fast. I felt it from the beginning, and I just kept that ball rolling. No one does that to Max Holloway. Every exchange, everything you threw, even when he landed, I seen it coming. I was blocking, I was going with it. No discredit to him. It's just I was just on another level tonight.
Round after round, Volkanovski completely shut out Max in every exchange they had. It wasn't even close.
You came into this fight, a close second fight. This one was not close. You separated yourself from Max Holloway tonight.
Of course. I mean, after 3 fights, the fuck?
Yeah, losing sucks. It is what it is, but I'm not gonna here to make no excuses. That man was just a better night that night, man. I hate when people whine, man. I hate when people make excuses. And I'm not gonna make no excuses for myself. I went out there, I made the walk. You know, I believe
I'm
I
making
could get it done. I
excuses.
didn't, and,
What you talking about?
he was just a better man that night. With the Volk fights, you know, it's like the first 2 fights was alright, and that 3rd fight is what made everybody go, "Oh, he's done for." I'm like, brother, like that was his Volk's night. He was on. In my mind, I was like, brother, it's just a fight, you know. We on to the next. It sucked that it went that way, but things happen, bro. Like that's just life, you know what I mean? Life throw you curveballs all the time, you know. Sometimes you just gotta sit on it and swing away. So you know, we're sitting on this next one. We're gonna be aiming for the fences.
Even if you give Max the second Volk fight, Volk beat Max twice, and the
That
third
first
time
fight was capped,
very
though.
convincingly. So now Max was in an awkward spot where he wasn't as good as the champion, but many levels above the contenders. Case in point, he defeated Arnold Allen in his very next UFC fight via unanimous decision, and once again, with the fight already won, he decided to slug it out.
It was like, what, 10 seconds, 5 seconds? It was a reenact of Ricardo Lamas. I know he saw that moment. I wanted to remake that moment. That was super fun.
But dangerous. That man dangerous.
Tremendous performance from Max Holloway. He looked amazing. He was not slow. Arnold Allen is one of the best featherweights in the world.
And right after that, Max did this to the Korean Zombie.
Sleepy!
The man's a myth. The man's the legend. I'm just lucky my right hand landed before his. I needed a finish. I was due for one. And what not better place to do it from when starting my 12-fight win streak before I got the title here in Singapore.
And where does this leave you? An emphatic knockout? Does this put you right
That's
back
hard,
in
though.
front of Volk again?
Undeniable, man. All week I've been saying undeniable. I'm not here to call nobody out. That's your guys' job to figure that out. That's the fans' job to do for me. So I'm just here to be undeniable. Things fell into place. It was my night, and I'm glad that the undeniable arc is well on his way and on the right track.
Max was stuck in second place, but still one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. So we didn't know what Max meant by the right track until this happened.
I saw it as like Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. I was like,
Justin
what the
Gaethje.
f-? I was like, okay,
300.
this is a banger.
Sparta.
Justin Gaethje, that's going to be a banger. That's going to be an amazing fight.
People keep harassing me about Gaethje anyway, so at the end of the day, that'd be fun.
You know why I'm interested in that? Because people are counting Max out.
I'm not. I think Max might win.
That's right, Max Holloway was scheduled to face Justin Gaethje for the BMF title at 155 pounds at UFC 300. For those who don't know, the BMF belt is kind of a gimmicky belt invented by Nate Diaz that stands for Bad Motherf.
Motherfucker, yeah.
And Justin Gaethje won this belt in Bad Motherfucker fashion against Dustin Poirier. And now Holloway versus Gaethje was a true BMF gladiator match for the ages.
Gaethje knocked out Dustin Poirier?
Fight, if you got this far,
The fuck?
please hit the subscribe button.
Nah,
That
shout
means
out to
a
my boy.
lot. And if you want more videos like Enjoy Extra Mile, comment
Shout
something
out
down
to Patrick,
below,
man.
but put an eggplant at the end so I know you got this far. Now, back to this badass fight.
50 wins between them, 34 finishes, 2 of the best strikers in the sport, 2 of the most durable fighters in the sport, 2 of the most aggressive guys in the sport.
And if you capture this, you'll be the only and first person to ever hold both belts. You've been featherweight champion, undisputed, and then you'll be the undisputed baddest motherfucker of all time.
If I go out there and do what I gotta do and get my hand raised, I'd be the first ever #1 contender in 2 weight classes, I think.
There is an issue we have to talk about. What happened?
Motherfucking towel, brother. I know you're gonna talk. he looked at me and I nod my head. It ain't no
Colgate. I said do it, brother.
I was so fast. If you saw what you saw, then that's on you. You're as nasty, motherfucker. You gotta pause it. You gotta, like, we're talking split second here.
If it makes you feel any better, Max, I didn't see anything.
I don't actually like this, and I actually don't think it makes sense.
This is a useless fight for a useless belt. Nobody gains nothing from this fight.
I have an issue.
Look at Islam.
That close.
Islam, you lost a Volk. But people sit here like you undefeated.
For the featherweight title, and another guy being that close to the lightweight title, Islam Makhachev saying, this is my next opponent, and both of them taking this fight in April for a fictitious belt.
Me and Gaethje were the next guys respectfully up in our title shot. But how much times does that work? It doesn't work all the time. You win this sport, the sport goes by you, and it goes by you quick. So at the end of the day, all you can do is stay busy.
He's an absolute warrior. That's why I've loved watching every single one of his fights. But more importantly, I'm pumped to be on this card.
Justin's a future Hall of Famer. You know, I'm excited. He's a fan favorite. I'm a fan favorite. A lot of people like to say Justin is your fighter's favorite fighter. A lot of people say the same about me, so I can't wait.
I got the perfect dance partner for this. We're both gonna go out there, try to hurt each other. I don't care how much he likes me or I like him. Our job is to hurt each other, and that's what we're here for.
A true BMF is a guy who, you know, who's willing to fight and go in there like Gladiator did. He said in Gladiator, he would have fight to the death, you know, in a Coliseum. So we get to find out, man. We get to find out.
I think I'm going to be able to touch him because my ability to create angles and control range, control their feet, is second to none, and my reaction time is second to none. And that's what I trust when I go in there, so I do believe that I will be able to hit him.
What feels different at 55 this time around compared to the others?
I used to look like DC the last time. I looked like a bag of potatoes, you know? This one, I got a little bit more muscle, I got a little bit more filled the right way, so you guys gonna see tomorrow night.
I feel good, I feel stronger. A lot of people would keep questioning it, how do you feel faster, but I feel faster, and you guys all get to see come Saturday night.
I'm not gonna have a muffin top against Justin Gaethje.
If I can choose a winner, I would say Max probably.
Justin gonna knock him out.
I got Justin Gaethje in front of me. It's gonna be violent. So now there's 300K on the line. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be even more violent.
His rhythm and striking will give Gaethje some problems, and people think Max is small. Max isn't a small guy.
If you never watched this guy fight before, every time they walk out the octagon, they look like they got in a car accident. So that's all I'm worried about.
That's a very crazy fight. I think that's one of those fights where guaranteed both of them are gonna be checking into the hospital afterwards.
You don't want anyone to lose that one almost, you know, like it just sucks. But I'm expecting fireworks.
A lot of people is forgetting who Max Bless Holloway was. They need a reminder. You guys are about to see a whole different animal. I see the mind blowns being like, oh yeah, Mark's talking like this, way into a heavyweight, Francis Ngannou, actually to fight him. Bring it on, brother. Think I care?
I will go
Francis Ngannou is crazy.
Of the weight.
That's why me and you guys are different. That's why a lot of fighters is cut from a different cloth.
There comes a point where it's just a competitive nature, even about weight and stuff.
Even some fighters is worried about certain weights. Why? If you're on the pound for pound list, you should.
That means
be
no,
willing
yeah.
to fight anybody.
Yeah.
That's what the pound for pound list is for, right?
If you
right.
think the best guy in the world, number one pound for pound guy, should be willing to fight anybody in the world. That's what I think.
Everything that comes with the title is cool with the BMF title, but having that guy be Justin Gaethje is what I'm looking forward to. You know, Justin Gaethje is at the top tier of his class. He's been one of the top 5 lightweights in the world for, you know, a couple years now. More than a couple years now. I'm sick and tired of everybody telling me what I gotta think, how I do. Putting a limit on me. You know what I mean? Just because you put a limit on yourself, don't put a limit on others. Justin got what? The most bonuses ever. His name is Highlight for a reason. And when you mix Highlight and Bless, you get a Bless Highlight. So I can't wait for it. Your guys' limit is sky. I'm reaching for the stars. I'm reaching for other universes. So we're not the same.
It's not that I'm not scared of him, because again, like, the worst way to lose is going to be overwhelmed and be consumed by his pressure. Never been knocked down, never been finished. That's my goal tomorrow night, is to finish this guy.
If I was born at a different time, I'd probably be a gladiator. And last time I checked, gladiators don't walk around a scale and tell you how many kilograms you weigh.
That has to be one of the coldest lines I
swear to God. Real talk.
The type of performance we were about to lay witness to.
This guy was floating, man. He was so free of any worry. He was so free of any concern. He was allowed to just go out and do the thing that he loves to do more than anything in the world, and that's fight. He looked like he was in phenomenal shape, and he was moving around that octagon so freely and so effortlessly that I was like, wow, he is fighting as good as I've ever seen him fight.
Everybody thought that Justin was going to be overpowering you. He was a bigger guy. He had just knocked out Dustin Poirier.
At the end of round 1, timed a beautiful spinning back kick, lands right on the nose.
I think he broke his nose. Imagine if Justin didn't break his nose. It would have been a whole different fight. I'm like, well, thank the Lord I landed my spinning back kick because his nose broke it.
Outclassed him from start to finish.
You're switching stances. You're constantly cutting angles. Like the volume that you put on Justin, like when Justin was having a hard time catching to you, it was very evident early on that you were on it.
Max has won this fight hands down from the first round to the 5th round.
He's got the fight won, and he's into one of the most dangerous fighters in the business, right? And he says, let's do this.
And then for you to stand, winning 4 rounds to 1 in the middle of the octagon and point at the ground with 10 seconds left, and then to knock him out with 1 second left.
Fatality.
That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably one of the craziest finishes I ever seen in my life. I swear to God. If y'all didn't know, Illy is my like 2nd or 3rd favorite fighter of all time. I'm sorry to tell you.
1 second left and a knockout like that.
That's crazy.
That's like movie shit.
Obviously, this is personal.
300.
I say it's the greatest knockout of all time.
People always ask me what I do. I sell holy shit moments for a living, right? That was the ultimate holy shit moment of all time.
It was like a David versus Goliath kind of story, going against him, you know, and then
you
hit
had
him with that overhand,
my boy in
and
the back, Mark Coleman,
hitting him with the slingshot, you know. So and The Rock at the perfect place, perfect time. That's a movie finish.
A career-defining moment for a guy who has already accomplished so many great things.
This is the type of stuff you do to etch your name in the history books, and I'm just happy that I was the one landing, you know?
Max Holloway is unfathomably legendary, not only because of his title wins, not only because of his anyone, anywhere, anytime mindset, not only because of who he beat, and not only because of the way he beat them, but because in the face of every adversity he has ever had, when you think he's done, he has more greatness to give.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with one of the baddest to ever fight in this sport.
I failed a bunch of times. I got like seven losses, I think, next to my record. Does that make me any less a person of anybody else?
2 or 3 of them
It's
shouldn't
only
be that
losses
game.
if you don't learn, and I learned every single time.
The fact that you have won the BMF title is so appropriate. The fact that you called, you stood there with 10 seconds to go and pointed at the center of the octagon and put Justin Gaethje away. It's one of the most special performances I've ever seen in my life.
You may feel like you lost now, but turn this loss into a learning. Then you never truly lost, because look, you're going one step in the direction.
A lot of people thought you were outgunned in this fight, but you used your boxing, your footwork, your movement, your experience. You put it all on the line tonight, and what a result.
All I gotta say, I'm him. I'm him, guys.
Did you always have this mindset that you were gonna be great?
That's
at
crazy.
something?
Oh, 100%. I tell anybody and everybody, if you don't believe in yourself, who else is?
Yeah.
Who else is?
All love to you guys, all love to Hunter, Dana, putting this BMF on the shot, showing you guys real BMFs on this. Any weight, I'm a gladiator, I don't care. Whoever's next, on the line, let's get it.
I fight for why not, like, trying to show people that we're not bad kids. Like, fighting in the ring is more better than on the streets.
That video of you that they play, where you were a really young kid, where you were just getting into fighting.
The last time I saw my dad was when I was like 10, 11 years old, and then I never see him after that. I should pray for him, but like, he has no use in my life anymore.
You know, the end story, the end goal for me was always to find a better half, and have a family, you know, the white picket fence story, all that story, the American dream. What's funny about that video, because at the ending, that video they showed, in the countdown, they showed me saying,
you shouldn't even give up. Like, what is that?
What is that?
If you give up, you certified a loser. If you try, you at least a winner in your book.
Hey, I love Max. That's real. Shout out to Young Max, man. Young Max had that knowledge and that willpower since he was a baby boy. Baby boy. You know what? That's crazy. He got a nose on him. I ain't gonna lie though. But look, man, like, comment, subscribe. Oh, this was insane. Max is one of my top 5 favorite fighters of all time. Not best fighters. When I say favorite fighters, I mean personally my favorite. He's definitely in my top 5 personal favorite. You know, so let me know y'all personal favorite fighters in the comments, man. Let me know in the comments, bro. Mine are, in no order, Conor, Illy, Adesanya, Max. I don't know if I got a 5 favorite fighter. Who did I actually like watching? Like actually love watching and like it following? Maybe. I liked it match with I don't know, but y'all let me know in the comments your favorite fighter though. Like, comment, subscribe, man. I'm shouting this though. No